Hello guys, welcome back to Satisfactory Plus. Oh boy, it was like 15 days since my last stream. We are in the middle of holiday seasons now. Today is 26th of December. So it's still holiday here where I live. Christmas and the New Year and all the running around, getting stuff, contacting people, greeting guests. I wasn't playing that much lately. I mean, I've been playing, but for like shorter sessions, like an hour or 2 hours, and then this is not enough time to record an episode. I just couldn't find the entire morning or entire day to record, but okay, I'm doing it today. 2 days ago, a patch arrived. A new version of Satisfactory Plus mod. It's version 1.2 now. And what they did, they unlocked the next 2 tiers of technology. This is something we are interested in. And phase 4, I believe, for the space elevator. But they also tweaked a lot of things, changed some recipes, and basically had to run around and change things, adjust the production, rebuild some parts entirely. But I haven't gone into tiers. I'm leaving that for the stream, so here we are. What you're looking at right now is my new copper factory. If you remember this place, I said the last time that this needs to be completely rebuilt. And if I find some old footage of this place, I will try to show you how this place looked before. Before we had those sorters that were getting our crushed copper, but now we're using the newer, more advanced process of ore washing. Here we're using 6 washers, 2 filtrators, 3 furnaces for copper, 3 furnaces for copper, 1 furnace for tin, 1 furnace for even iron, and this is all enough to feed these two reformers, each producing 144 copper ingots. So I'm producing like 300 copper ingots per minute. With addition of this machine, this is also new. Now this machine is with summer sloop, and this machine is producing this alternate recipe red brass ingot that I'm talking about for like 3, 4, 5 last episodes, how I'm planning to make that. It requires molten copper, zinc ingots and molten tin. But it is great, it produces brass and bronze. And I even doubled it with summer sloop. So this brass and bronze, you see, I'm just buffering them here. And then we have this huge block of constructors and assemblers that are basically producing all this brass and bronze stuff. Like here we have brass plates, then we have bronze beams, then we have bronze plates, then we have bronze pipes. Here we have some glass, here we have these bronze frames, and we have fan blades production. And we also have tin plates. So yeah, iron here is produced, molten iron, just from this crushed iron that remains from this filtering here. Because this washing produces a lot of this wastewater, tailings slurry, how it's called. And this tin and iron I'm just remelting here, because I need both molten tin and both molten iron for these processes here. And this iron I just turn into ingots here, and then I use these ingots here to, I don't know, create probably plates and rods. Yeah, some of it goes to create plates, some of it go to create rods, because rods are needed, I think, for these fan blades. Yeah. So we're producing fan blades, and plates are needed for this to produce tin plates. Yeah, so anyway, another part of this copper factory is here, where all these copper ingots are coming, and this is producing rods. So this is a stack of 8, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no 6, but I can expand it if needed. So this is basically producing copper rods, and I use some of these rods later for, as you can see here, I think, no, this is done still from ingots, these copper sheets, 2 machines for copper sheets. And I am using these 2 machines for copper busbars from rods. So you see these rods are being used from this like mini bus that goes here in the back of this this section. So here I'm producing brass pipes also from rods and brass plates. And here I'm producing wires, storing and both dimensional depots and some cable here. So yeah, I completely redone this place. This was completely different, if you remember. So yeah, this is a new copper factory. It was a bit difficult to calculate. I had to use like a spreadsheet to calculate, because some of these washers, they take materials, but they return some materials in this slurry that you can filter later, and you also get some stuff out of it. So it was a bit complicated to calculate, but generally this is the end result. These brass ingots and bronze ingots and copper ingots, I use a spreadsheet to calculate that. But later on I found a much better tool, and this is something called Satisfactory Modeler. Now what you're looking here is you can just like create outposts in this modeler. For example, my Aluminium Factory is now organized using this tool. Actually, this is reverse engineered from what I already have, because I wanted to teach myself how to use this tool. This is a very, very powerful stuff. You can plan your production, you can plan your imports, exports, and you can plan your mines, your overclocking, everything. And I will talk about this a bit later. Yeah. Okay, now. So this is the new copper factory, and yeah, I'm not yet I'm bringing these products to our new main bus that I was explaining the last time. I started filling the main bus with these copper products and everything. One part is coming here. This is glass, this is bus bars, rods, and sheets, and magnesium, that I don't think I need on the main bus, but okay. And yeah, this is also tin. I connected tin from the copper factory with tin from the iron factory, so I have more than enough tin on both sides. So yeah, and this is the second part of the copper products that are coming to the main bus. So bronze blades, bronze pipes, fan blades, bronze frames, brass plates, tin plates, and brass pipes. So I'm just pushing everything on the bus. I'm merciless. It's a lot of work, a lot of fiddling with all this stuff, but this works like a charm now. I'm not having a single factory yet on the bus because I want to have all the products that I producing now on the bus, so I can just enjoy connecting everything later. Now we still have this hydrogen delivered here, but I'm not using it anymore because this place was making these super cubes, but I ran out of something, I think. Yeah, aluminium casing, okay. We can fix that, but no need now. This is concerning the copper factory. Now let me get to our poison base to show you what I did there. I completely had to redo the aluminium production because it just stopped working after the patch. They changed some recipes, they changed something with the basic and acid. So let me fire myself there and I show you what I did. And there we go. As you can see, we have a new drone here. If you remember, in the last episode I showed you how I'm producing this sulfuric acid and this new lake base. Yeah, here we are now at our poison factory here. This is the poison base and our aluminium factory. But last time I showed you I started working on the new refinery down here. You remember the big sulfur mine? This truck that brings sulfur here and sulfuric acid being produced here. So yeah, now we have a drone that brings some of this sulfuric acid here to the aluminium factory. Now aluminium factory has some new buildings. Yeah, so this is how this new aluminium process is working now. We have these three wet washers that are using sulfuric acid to create crushed bauxite. But I can show you that in this plan I made. So this is our new aluminium factory. This is this part that you are currently looking at, this here. So all this is this. And now what's happening here, let me just quickly explain here. So we have this salt coming from the mine, and we have this Montanian ore coming from the mine also. We have also these two main resources. So salt is, this Kyalite actually is coming through this line here. 240 per minute. It gets into this sorter, gets turned into salt and some silica. And we have this mine that is over there far in the pink forest, from where we get the Montanian. And we also getting this carbon powder actually also from a mine that is up there. I could have actually done this like this. Yeah, I think we have like 120 mine. Yeah, this stuff is just getting from the mine. up there. So, oh, I made an error here, wait. Yeah, actually need 160, yeah, okay. So yeah, this Kyalite here is getting into this sorter. So that's the sorter, and he produces salt for this chemical reactor here. So this chemical reactor gets this 120 salt per minute and creates 60 lye and 60 acid. And as you can see, there are two blenders here. So these two blenders creating this alumina solution from this crushed bauxite, carbon powder. One is using acid and the other blender is using soda. But obviously using this soda creates a lot of this residue and much less alumina solution. But you have to get rid of this soda. Now there is a better way. There is a process when you can turn this soda back into acid, and we can play with that just a bit later, but for now I have to use about 60 per minute of soda, because you cannot sell this stuff. Liquids and gases, you cannot sell them. And 60 of this acid, so I use all of this in this process, in these two blenders. Anyway, they produce like a lot of this, 480 of this residue, and they produce like 160 of this alumina solution. Now you have this middle step where you have to do something with this Kyalite residue. Obviously most of it you just sell. You don't need this stuff, you just have awesome storage here that is selling the stuff. But later in production you need this magnesium granules, and there is a recipe to produce magnesium granules from this residual Kyalite. And this is what these constructors are doing here. They're using this Kyalite residue to produce these granules, because these granules are needed for reformers that are actually producing aluminium ingots and foils and coils. So yeah, you see, you need 130 of these granules here for this one machine, and 130 alumina solution to produce 230, I don't know, aluminum coils and some ingots. And also there is another machine that uses silica instead of magnesium granules, and a bit less 30 of alumina solution to produce ingots and some more coils. So yeah, this all gets prioritized and joined together. So the total aluminium products are 251 per minute of these aluminium coils and 146 of these ingots. And now, if you look at these ingots, for example, this is a good trick. You can get all the stuff that you can do with these ingots. You actually, except this fix-it ingot that I'm not needing or using at the moment, in the aluminium filler tank, you don't need these ingots for anything but aluminium casing. So obviously these ingots and this casing is something that's needed a lot. I saw later that this is used for, you see, for all these products. Radio control units, okay, this filters for gas masks, mining heads, fuse modular frame obviously, and aluminium belt drives that we are not making yet, but we will soon have to. So basically this aluminium casings are the main product here. But you need rubber for them, and I'm rigging rubber with a drone together. This is the same drone that is bringing the sulfuric acid. Yeah, let's wait for the drone and I will show you what he brings. Here we go. So he brought like a lot of sulfuric acid and a lot of rubber. And what I'm doing, I'm just separating this here in this smart splitter and gets buffered here before going into production, because we need like 80 rubber for these 4 assemblers that are producing these casings. So basically this is it. This is these 4 assemblers, 160 casings, and this is like a direct product of this factory. So this factory outputs 160 casings, and these alclad aluminum plates, these are a bit complicated. This requires foundries. So I made 3 foundries, and I'm using most of my aluminum coil for these foundries together with zinc plates. But how do you get zinc plates? Luckily there is enough zinc in this washing process, actually filtering of wastewater. So I use this zinc to create 45 zinc plates that are also needed for these foundries, which are producing then 225 alclad aluminum plates. Now, these coils are needed also for other stuff. You can make motors out of them and you can use them for this heat exchanger. So I wanted also to reserve some, not just to produce these alclad plates. I wanted to have some in the base on the main bus. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using 120 for these 3 foundries to create alclad plates, and 131 are just going to the base. Now, obviously, this process, this new process is much stronger, yields much more resources than our old aluminium factory. But I still think this can be improved even more. But before we start playing with that, let me show you the changes I've done to the refinery. Obviously, we have a new cannon here that brings us to the refinery, because refinery, this new lake refinery, lake base I call it, is quite far. Yeah, here we go. This is the place I started building in the last episode, if you remember. Now I added this drone port here, and I expanded some of this sulfuric acid production. Yeah, but I can quickly explain what's happening here. We have this sulfur mine up there that's getting a lot of crushed sulfur that we bring with this truck here. There is just like 500 per minute of this stuff. It's practically impossible to spend all of this stuff. And I see now that we have a problem here with this, and yeah, I'm not getting enough sand, damn it. I'll have to measure this, because he should be bringing some of this ganj that should be turned into sand, but it's obviously not enough. Yeah, okay, I'll have to deal with that later. Anyway, I expanded this sulfuric acid production, and now we have this drone here that is just taking this, packing this sulfuric acid into empty canisters that he brings from over there. Also 80 per minute, and this just gets prepared into this base together with rubber to travel there. And I had to precisely measure this rubber. This is a cool add-on. This is like a throughput limiter. This is very useful. You can put it somewhere on the belt and he just reduces the frequency of the items passing. This is especially useful for drones. Usually you don't need something like that, but when you're mixing stuff for the drone or for the sushi belts, this is super useful stuff to have. So yeah, now what I did to this place. Yeah, this should be producing 90 and he is not producing 90, he's producing like less. Yeah, I don't have enough ganch. So we have a new mini steel factory here. Why do I need steel here? I needed to create these tanks, empty fluid tanks. You need steel to create them. So luckily I had this alternate classic steel ingot recipe when I just mixed some of this crushed coal with iron ingots to create steel ingots. And luckily there was a coal mine here. So I just created this place, these 4 or 5 machines to create this empty fluid tanks, because you need them for packaging something new that we're producing. And this is the rocket fuel. Now this is powerful stuff, 7,200 megajoules. This is the strongest stuff that we have now. Batteries are like 5,000. And this is like 7,200. I mean, this is completely crazy. Powerful stuff. So how do we get to this rocket fuel? Actually quite simple. Let me show you in our new tool. So this is the refinery where we are now. I just show you this production of empty fluid tanks, these 4 machines. Yeah, we have this small mine here. We have this small mine here that is mining and crushing the coal, and we steal some of this iterator also from the mine. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I actually don't need this because I know what and how this place is working. So how do we produce this packaged rocket fuel? Obviously we need this blender. So this blender is using this nitric acid and fuel and sulfur powder that I'm bringing from the sulfur factory here to create the rocket fuel. Now obviously the main ingredient is the fuel, which is being produced from heavy oil residue here. And we're getting heavy oil residue from the main process of distilling a natural gas. We get dirty, and we also turn this asphalt, that is the byproduct of this first process, basically combine it with water here to get together 60 heavy oil residue. And then we use this one blender to create 120 fuel from this. in a process called sweet fuel. So yeah, this gets into this final blender that reduces this 120 fuel to 60 rocket fuel. And you package 60 into this. These are like pressurized containers. One of these containers takes 2 rocket fuel units. So this is our final product here. And the rest of this natural gas that we get, I turn into ethylene gas. And this goes to 3 machines that are producing plastic and rubber. Very similar like our first refinery. So this is basic process, this distilling. This is secondary process, getting rid of asphalt and creating more heavy oil residue. And this is new. This is turning natural gas to ethylene gas, 3 machines at 75%. Yeah, this is underclocked even here, you can underclock here. And basically just 3 reformers here producing rubber and plastic, around 200, a little bit less per minute. At the moment I don't using plastic for anything from this base, but I plan maybe make a drone to bring this rubber and this plastic to the base. This is expandable also. So I can expand this to 3 machines, but you see I'm having trouble with this sand. I'm not getting enough sand. Yeah, I still have some supply, so it's not that bad, but I need to... Yeah, I need to bring more sand into this base. Because sand you need for the styling. Maybe I have some garbage here. Yes, I have, good. Just hand feed this now. Yeah, I need to fix this. This is obviously a problem. This is obviously a problem and I need to fix it soon. Because if you remember, we're getting all this stuff from this sulfur factory that is over there. That I explained in the last episode. Is being brought here by this big truck. There's actually not enough sand here. Yeah, let's boost this just a bit now. With some summer slopes, why not? Temporarily. So yeah, I'm slowly putting together the puzzle pieces of this mega base. I mean, this is not a mega base, this is just a functional base, I could call it. I know that people building like hundreds of machines, having trains running around with 20, 40 train cars full of ore, and I don't have that kind of need to say like that. But I like to have everything in some reasonable amounts. You know, I don't need like millions of stuff. Somebody enjoys that. I don't. I like to have everything. I like to have to try all these recipes, combine all these recipes and stuff, but I don't need mega bases. Yeah, so I expanded one floor of these guys, and I expanded one machine here for this sulfur. So yeah, that's about this place. This is all I did here in this refinery actually. And this place can easily grow. And it is intended to grow. I'll probably need like gazillions of this, of rubber and maybe even nitric acid, but it is constructed so it can grow quite easily. There is a lot of room. I can bring stuff with drones, take stuff with also with drones, or maybe even trucks or trains. I can build a train in the backside here. Yeah, there is even Kyalite here. More coal. There are also some additional iron mines down here. A lot of these poison patches, and yeah, it's just a great place. So this place will probably grow in the future. And this is, I completely forgot about titanium. I will have to start producing titanium soon. And this is also why I need nitric acid and chlorine gas, which we have here, which is unused at the moment. If you remember, I showed this chloride gas well in the last episode. It's still sitting here unused. Because Titanium Factory was supposed to be built somewhere here. I probably have to raise it a little bit to use up this place, this plateau here, maybe just for the titanium production. That is on the menu for the future. Yeah. Anyway, let's return to our aluminium factory. So I have some ideas to upgrade the aluminium production. I'll show you how. Yeah, there you go. The game cannot stream that fast. Okay. Now. Yeah, this place. I had some ideas. I'll show you what I will do. I will duplicate this and then try to do it a little bit better with same materials. So yeah, this is what I'm worried about. This two processes, one needed to expand the acid, one needed to expand the soda, because this soda is just bad, yielding bad results for the same amount of bauxite and same amount of carbon. You're getting much less alumina solution, because alumina solution here is what we are interested in. We're not interested in this residue. So what I was thinking about is just get rid of this machine that uses soda. So I just remove this machine, and actually I need to remove all this, or maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, okay, let's get rid of this and this and this. Yeah, actually, let's get rid of everything. Yeah, okay, these guys can stay. We'll see what to do with them. We just need to reset these overclocks. Yeah, just do it like this. Yeah, we will see with that. Okay. Now. Yeah, so I wanted to do this without lye. Luckily, there is like this recycled muratic acid alternate recipe that you can use to turn soda into acid by using Kyalite residue, which is obviously made for this process, but we just need to figure out how to do this. And now, idea was to bring more acid here. Yeah, something like this. Now we can swap these two. Oh yeah, and we will obviously need this. Actually, let's get rid of this. We'll obviously need to put this in some sort of storage, like awesome storage, and then we need to reconnect this to this guy. Yeah, something crazy like this. But why is he reducing my machines? Oh, because he doesn't need, yeah, okay, he doesn't need any more of this salt. If you do it like this, okay, 250. Yeah, I think we can do this better. Wait, let me just check. Okay, let's limit these guys. This guy is producing 160. If I remember correctly, this Montanian mine can go to 240, I believe, and this can go to 240, yeah. Yeah, let's remove this overclock. Okay, so what's happening now? Okay, we still have our two blenders. Oh, yeah, the blender is the key production here. Yeah, okay, two blenders, but now the both blenders are acidic solution. No, you know what, let's just get rid of you for now. Ah, yes, okay, you cannot do more than two because of this carbon powder limitation. This carbon powder limitation is problem. Okay. Yeah, now these guys can be fed like this. Yeah, this is obviously already producing much more than before. Yeah, but don't need that much ingots. Let's say one machine for ingots, and then he puts two machines for this. Yeah, okay, that looks good actually. And I still have extra ingots left. Yeah, actually this is already looking much better. This is now... Okay, but 160, I'm missing some. Oh no, this is magnesium granules. Okay, this will be a problem. Because I don't have much left here. If I make these granules, I will need like 160 more of this Kyalite residue, which I don't have anymore. So yeah, we'll have to fix this somehow. I think I'm importing like 54. to be correct here. So I'm still missing 106. Okay, can I make somehow this stuff from... Oh, okay, it would be possible to make it from something, right? From Kyalite. Yeah, but we don't know how much. I need to reorganize this. Wait, let me use this splurger. Splurger. No, not splurger, then use priority splitter. Okay, high priority is production of this. No. High priority is production of this stuff. And low priority is this. Yeah, but he's still dropping to 1.21. Why is he dropping? Because of this. Yeah, actually, if we remove this, yeah, this looks better, and then move this to a storage. Then move this here. We're still missing 59. I think I can import. I said 54, yeah, but not of this stuff. Actually, this is wrong. I can import these granules, yeah. Yeah, and I can, let me just do this quickly. I think I have 54 in the base. Yep. So now I'm still missing 36. Okay, how can I make 36? I can produce some residue. Oh, he didn't like that. Okay, why he didn't like that? $160 and $160. He's splitting them exactly like... yeah, okay, now I have even some surplus, okay. 120, okay, so he's splitting this evenly. Okay, we don't want to split this evenly. We want priority splitter, and we want most of this stuff for producing this, and the rest of the stuff for producing this. No. Oh yes, this is looking better. One of these machines, and yeah, actually this is looking good, but I need some additional source of these magnesium granules. I can bring them from the base, but Actually, there is galanterie mine there. Remember that something was producing this. Yeah, crushed magnesium. This is also possible to do. I would need 84 Kyalite, and Kyalite is over there in water. So yeah, this is not impossible to do. Oh, but now I have surplus here. Why the hell I have surplus? Don't want to have surplus. Ah. Yeah, so let's remove this actually and this, and let's move this directly. 160, okay, 90. Let's create something like priority splurger. Actually, no, let's create something like priority merger. Yeah, I want to merge this and this as priority and this as a low priority. Now I only need 48 crushed galanite, nickel, cobalt, galanterie. Almost. I thought I have 48 somewhere here. Okay, no. Good. And yeah, now this is looking good. Yeah, and what is the final tally? Oh, a lot of stuff. Look at this. Still 160. Yeah, okay, let's say that we can actually do 120 6 machines. Yeah, I can do 120 rubber. So I'm still left with, actually I can do more, 8. Yeah, actually I can do 8. Yeah, you see, this is now looking much better. Same amount of materials, actually less materials. Even less materials, and producing double casings. Same amount of plates and 240 of these coils. This is unimportant, this is actually crap. I don't actually need these ingots. So this is superior product, but I need to fix the this situation, these 36 granules. Can I produce them from the remaining of this? Okay, and whatever remains, let's say I want to create a residue. Residue, and would this residue be enough to create? Yeah, this will break it, okay. That means it could be more than enough. It's... yeah, something like this. And then we don't need this. Yeah. Yeah, something like this. I don't know, but this is pretty complicated to make. But okay, water, steam, okay. Yeah, this we remove. Yeah, we can export steam, I don't know. Okay. Export steam, yeah. Then we can export sand, damn it. I need sand over there. What is this? Salt? Oh, don't, please. Please don't. This is already too complicated as it is. So yeah, now this is one of the ways to do this. Yeah, so what is the final verdict? Yeah. Yeah, why the hell I'm doing this thing? What is wrong with me? I'm just confusing myself, but yeah, this looks much better. With the same materials, this looks much better. This is something I should keep in mind for the future. These numbers are just wonderful. 320, 225, 240 against 160, 225, 131. I mean, this is just... Okay, just remove this crap. Yeah, now compare this. I mean, this is for the same materials. First stuff is doubled and second stuff is doubled practically. Yeah, a little bit more complication and power usage, but we don't care about this. This is just great. Yeah, and more rubber. But this should work. This should actually work. And yeah, okay, this place is doing great now. I'm not transporting yet these aluminium products, I'm just basically selling them. But yeah, okay, I'm preparing for the stuff. Okay, let's see if we can unlock something before we end the episode. Let's return to base. Yeah, we had last time we was stuck on this leading edge production that we definitely need to unlock because we didn't have this package rocket fuel. Do we have it now? No, I forget to take it. So okay, like have the round bring us some. Yeah, go bring us a stack of this. Thank you. These drones are so fast now that this is just insane. They're level like 230 and 281. They move from one part of the map almost instantly. So I can just grab anything I want. I'm cheating. Yeah, okay. We have this. Oh, a lot of motors and crystal oscillators and yeah, fuse modeler frame. We have that. Okay, let's stretch our legs. I think I have been making motors here. Should have enough. Yeah, we need stack of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He said 250, right? And what else? Oh, these boxes. Okay, these boxes. We're doing them here. Yes. Yeah, okay, should have enough for leading edge production. Yep. There you go, new buildings, new parts. Yeah, what we got? We got quartz crystal, probably some new recipe. Oh, diamond mining head. Oh yeah, this is something we will need. Yeah, what do I need to make it? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, a lot of this. 10 portable miners, 40 casings, okay. Yeah, this is definitely something I will want on my mines. Additionally increase the throughput. Okay, let's see, we can maybe unlock the next stuff. Particle enrichment. Oh no, I don't have this stuff. Oh, this is pretty. Yeah, I need to start producing stuff on the line when I bring everything that I'm making on the line. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is looking good. I see no trouble with. Yeah, these new coupons arrived. Some silly amounts of stuff. I don't know what these are. Like some bonus. Give 6 coupons to every player. Give 4 coupons to every. Yeah, I would have to watch, to look on the wiki. What is that? Yeah. So there you go, guys. We are slowly filling our main bus with produce. We have a new copper factory. Copper producing brass and bronze and all possible copper products, which is great, and still has more capacity to do stuff. Yeah, and if you remember this old copper mine that was over there, I just repurposed it to just produce glass and these magnesium granules. Yeah, I'm just crashing all this into glass. Ah yes, and this ganj is also used for production of concrete, yeah. And I moved concrete buffer here, under the bus here. It was in front over there before, and I moved this here, so yeah, this is using this stone from the copper factory. Yeah. Okay, so let me just do a quick summary. I'm tired. I'm very tired. This part of the year, I'm just running around, receiving guests, talking with people, getting stuff, cooking, making everything. Yeah, so we are filling the bus. We have a new copper factory. We have a new aluminium factory. I neglected the snails. This is also, they heavily changed this in the patch. I need to check on this place. We have a new refinery, we have a new aluminium production. And yeah, things are progressing nicely, not super fast, not very. I lost like 5 days making this place, you know. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's actually a respectable copper production now. A really high capacity for all sorts of copper products. This is something that was like bugging me for 15 episodes. This copper was never done properly, you know. It's more or less in some sort of its final stage. I think I won't change this place anymore. It can be expanded, and yes, it can be expanded vertically. This is why I made this blueprints that are expandable vertically. Just put, for example, this guy, you see, I just put this stuff here. I move it manually like this and bring it up, and I just build it here, and it connects automatically to this existing manifold, both input and outputs, and I have 2 additional machines. Everything is getting down there in the same input. So yeah, this is great stuff. I also did the blueprint for the assemblers. You see this here. This is the assembler that takes two items. It also can be expanded in the same way. Yeah. So there you go. Now yeah, okay, we need to check this new stuff. How to make this stuff. This objective complete phase 4 in the upper right corner of the screen. So we need to unlock this to get to the last tiers of the hub, milestones. And I will play with that some other time. I'm pretty tired now. Yeah, and here these imports from the poison base, this need to be changed. I realized there is no use for these billets. I can just make all of these billets into magnets, and this cobalt ingots, they are not needed, and probably this can also be removed. These aluminium ingots are rarely needed for anything. So I'll probably be changing something of that stuff. You see this poison base, which is producing these ingots. I should probably change this into just plates, because you can only make plates out of these cobalt plates. You cannot do anything else. You can see that now in this modeler. So basically just can produce like plates instead of this stuff, and then they are easier to transport. you know. And yeah, and maybe I can even make, yeah, there is 2 ways to make this magnetic cores now. You have also something that's called hard magnetic core, where you can use these cobalt plates to make the stuff. But 30 plates, this is actually quite expensive, so it's better to make them from caterium. You get like half for the amount of billets, so this is 45 to, yeah, this is also half, so it's better to use this caterium because caterium seems less expensive than cobalt. But I think I even can, how much is this? This is 45. And I'm exporting this. I don't need to export this. This is just silly. Can actually use 3 machines here, I believe. Yeah, this would yield exactly 0 to export. So just basically do this. And this is exactly 1 machine, and we don't have these billets exported anymore. Yeah, I just need to switch to 3 machines. Do I have enough caterium? Yes, I have. Actually, this is excellent. Yeah, we should change this to 3 machines, and we should change this, and then I can remove this container, repurpose it. I switch this to plates because I don't need this, and maybe even repurpose this to something different. Yeah, we were producing these EP control rods here. Yeah, actually this iron factory is now the least advanced of all factories. But it serves purpose, it works. Yeah, we don't need this anymore, I can remove all this. Yeah, these mines also can be just redone a bit. I don't need three shafts here. 2 and maybe even 1 would be enough. Yeah, this is progressing nicely. I'm playing as much as I can, you know. So the plan is sorry guys. So the plan is to work more on this bus. Yeah, okay, we know that. Change a little bit of these deliveries that are done with the truck, maybe even change to drone. I don't see why not. I have enough fuel and everything. And yeah, I revamped the battery production here. I'm producing 60 batteries per minute now, just by using these byproducts that are lying all around. Just overclocked the machine, locally produced sulfur from flue gas, lead sheets from the machine over here. Why am I having so little lead sheets? What's happening? Oh no, this is producing exactly, yeah, okay, no, he's idle. Why is he idle? Need 30 lead sheets. Oh, they changed the recipe, damn it. Yeah, but they changed something here. Yeah, I need to check what's happening with this. This is not good. this is just... They changed something. Okay, I'll check it. But I know this was working perfectly. This was producing like 60 batteries. Because I need batteries for the drones. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you watching my videos. Hope to see you for the next episode. And until then, as always, stay healthy. I'm gonna take a nap now. It's very late. Bye, and happy holidays. Ah.